Come back with me, if you will, to Psalm 14. You know, when you talk about the essence of God and who He is, there's always this issue of Psalm 14. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Now that statement, you find it again in Psalm 53, which is a psalm that's almost identical to Psalm 14. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Somebody says, well, that's the wish of their heart. It's what he says in his heart. There are all kinds of ideas, anti-theistic ideas. When the Bible says that you're going to worship God, and the essence of God is that He is a spirit, you're not going to know Him in the physical realm. So a fool, somebody who thinks that all there is the physical material world to relate to, says there is no God. But the person that says that, if you got Psalm 14, hold on to that and look over at Proverbs chapter 18 in one hand and Psalm chapter 10. Where the anti-theistic philosophies of the world, they come in a bunch of different categories. If you've ever read or seen, we used to have it in the bookstore. It's kind of expensive and we don't always keep them in there, but David Nobles has a book entitled Understanding the Times. And he talks about the five world views that oppose Christianity in our day. And I've been more through history. But there's secular humanism, which you hear a lot about, which is just another form of materialism. Marxism, which is the dialectic materialism of communism. The New Age, postmodernism, and Islam. And those five worldviews have a tremendous influence on people's thinking. You hear a lot of discussion among evangelicals about postmodernism. You should try sometime to ask somebody that talks about it for a definition of it, because they don't really. It's strange how when we were going out to Trinity for the summer conference several years ago, they had a big conference the week before we were there, and one of the big deals was postmodernism. They had all this literature laying around, and I collected up some of it and sat and read it. And they were railing against postmodernism, and I kept looking for, well, maybe somebody will define it. I just want to know what they said. Postmodernism is, you know what modernism was? They use the term, now they call it modernity. Well, you know, I've often said you can't charge somebody $40,000 for an education if they just talk like somebody that walks down the street. You got to teach them to talk different and act different. And so modernity and realism and idealism and all that stuff that, you know, you go rationalism and all the philosophies of the past couple of hundred years. But postmodernism, relativism is really what they're talking about, and it's just Genesis 3, is that there are no absolute standards, and that we're beyond the idea that there's any absolute standards and everything's relative and that kind of a business.